Now, there are other revelations that are coming out as far as the Luthra brothers are concerned. It seems they had a network of companies, many companies just on papers. Possibly, it is believed that there were 42 shell companies that were linked to one single address in North Delhi. All these companies, possibly on paper, possibly not even active, but the Luthra brothers claim billions in business and have a restaurant business that we know of. And joining us live is India Today's Divyesh Singh. Divyesh, as these brothers get investigated, more and more is tumbling out of their closet. Now it seems 42 companies registered on one single address.
Well, the companies have been registered at one single address. That can be done, but it needs to be investigated why these companies have been formed. What are the business functions of these companies? What kind of activities does these company perform? Are there any real businesses for these companies? Are there any real entities which are functioning, or these are just a vehicle created for laundering money? What is the purpose of so many companies being formed? There can be multiple companies of one person, and they can be registered at one single address as well. But the issue here is, what are the functions of these companies? Do these companies have any kind of legitimate business? Do they actually have any kind of legitimate exchange, legitimate work that is being done? Or these are just vehicles created for diversion of funds, for laundering money, for purposes of tax evasion? That needs to be found out. Also, there could be a bigger racket in it, which the Ministry of Corporate Affairs can look into. But as of now, this is suspicious. Surely it is suspicious, but that needs to be further investigated. Primarily, the case in Goa remains, that is of the nightclub that caught fire and death of 25 persons. So, culpable homicide, that is the case, that is the primary accusation behind the Goa FIR, and that is what the Luthra brothers have been charged with, and they will have to face the law.
Right, absolutely. And as our reporter Arvind Oja was also earlier telling us, that many of them seem to be on paper only, and there are many discrepancies that are coming up, and slowly as the investigation proceeds further, much more could come out. But do tell us, since you are there in Goa, what is the status of the investigation, and what about the third accused, the third partner?
Well, the third partner, Ajay Gupta, has been produced in court, and the court has remanded him to police custody. He was brought to Goa late last evening, and after that he was produced in court. We just received information from the Goa police that he has been produced, and he has been sent to police custody for 7 days. For 7 days, police custody has been granted. So, Ajay Gupta also is being interrogated. He was produced in court, and the Mapusa magistrate court has sent him to 7 days of police custody. So, that's a long time for interrogation to be done. He'll be thoroughly interrogated regarding his role, regarding what kind of information does he have about Luthra brothers, what kind of information does he have about their functioning, why these clubs were functioning illegally. They could have just sought permits, they could have just got permits, and they could have easily paid the taxes and worked as per the law, but they did not. They did not care about it. They were least concerned about it, and despite that, they were functioning. That is very surprising. That is very shocking. How were they able to function despite violating so many norms, despite complaints against them, despite notices being sent by the panchayat? How were they functioning? That is the question that arises over here. And who was protecting them? Remember, there are 3 senior government officials who have been suspended, and criminality also could be on them. Their culpability is also there.
Right, absolutely. It cannot just be the men whose club it was, but also who let them operate that club, who need to be questioned. Thank you, Divyesh, for all those details.